if you truly feel as though you need to make a change in your life in terms of success, happiness, or improving your relationships, this exercise says that you've got to do it now. Mm-hmm. You can choose to continue your current path and coast to the end of your life, or you can fulfill your potential, make an impact, and do the things that you were put here to do, affect other people's lives in a positive way.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to the Middle-Aged and Miserable podcast.
Yes, and hopefully everybody will subscribe so they never miss another episode, and also give us a nice review if they can, so that we can pass this content on to more people.
Yeah, definitely. All right. I want to talk about time today, Chris.
Okay.
So maybe, like we were, middle-aged and miserable, your life is stale and stagnant, and you want to change it. You want to become happier. You want more success in life, but you think it's too late. You think it's too late, and you think it's too late for me to be happy. It's too late for me to have any sense of purpose in life, and you might think that ship's long since sailed. So today, I want to be able to convey the message that no, it's never too late. Actually, we've got a really good example of that, and I want us to provide ideas of how to change, and some inspiration and motivation, albeit some of it little eye-opening, for anyone that wants to actually make a change and do something with their lives.
Yeah, because it's not too late to make a change in your life. Doesn't matter what age you are. And on top of that, the time is now. To change your life, it's the time is now. For success, for happiness, is right now.
It's the catchphrase of the day.
Yeah, that's essentially what this podcast is all about today, is how the time is now. Because most people will say, I'm too old to achieve success or make any kind of noticeable impact in the world at my age because I'm older. I'm middle-aged and miserable. But, there's some examples of people that have done things later in life. Colonel Sanders, 62, when he franchised KFC.
I thought that's amazing.
Yeah.
62.
Yeah. Ricky Gervais and Steve Carell, they both started in The Office, the popular TV show, in their 40s. Mm-hmm. Sam Walton, first Walmart store, he was 44.
Wow.
Eric Yuan, he created Zoom at 41. So you can create success later on in life. But
it's not just about success, though, is it, really? You've got a good story here about how to create massive impact. I mean, you could call that, obviously, that's success, but that's just serious impact.
Yeah, it's impact and success. So this is a story about Captain Thomas Moore. So he was a 99-year-old World War II veteran. He decided to raise money for British healthcare workers during the COVID lockdown. And so it was 2020, on the 6th of April, he committed to walking 27 yards down his backyard and back with his walking frame. He said he would do it 10 times a day.
Wait, and he's 99 years old?
He's 99, and he's going to be 100 on the 30th of April, 2020. So he started on the 6th, so 25 days. Right. He said, I'm going to walk this 27 yards 10 times a day until my birthday for 25 days.
Wow.
So within 4 days of starting, he reached his target and he raised $2,000. I've translated that. It was pounds, but around $2,000.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So then he increased his goal and then he reached $8,000.
Right.
All right. And then he got more and more publicity and he just kept being on the news and more people were watching, and he kept walking throughout the month.
So he's still walking at this point. This is during that
with
month.
his walking frame.
Right.
So when he reached his 100th birthday, it was the 30th of April, 2020. He had a Just Giving page, which was Just Giving.
GoFundMe, similar to GoFundMe.
Yeah, so his page had raised, on the last day, are you going to wait for it?
Yeah,
you ready?
This is incredible.
Are you ready? $55 million.
$55 million.
$55 million.
In a month.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
So he received widespread recognition. He was given the Freedom of the City of London, the Pride of Britain Award. He even had on his 100th birthday, they had a flyover of the British Red Arrows, which is kind of like the American Blue Angels. They flew over his house.
That's just incredible, that.
Yeah, he had a #1 single of You'll Never Walk Alone. Get it? Walk Alone. And he's the world record holder for the oldest person to have had a number one. And in July 2020, he was knighted by the Queen and became Sir Thomas More.
That's just such a nice story. Huh?
Yeah. He did pass away in February 2021, but not before he had the vacation of a lifetime with his entire family to Barbados. And he essentially died a national treasure, a true British hero. So it just goes to show you that you're never too old to create an impact in the world.
Yeah.
You know, he touched the lives of so many people, and he was 100.
Yeah, and he was 99 when he started.
Yeah.
That's just amazing. That, and if he's able to do that, and I mean, that's some big shoes to fill. If he's able to do that at such a late age, in your 90s, then we can do that. We can do whatever we want at any age.
Of course, yeah.
And it's not just about success, though, is it really? I mean, we're all here. We want to be happy as well. And I know there's a lot of people that are not happy in life. And again, it's not too late to change that either. Because, I mean, I don't know about you, but we were, having been middle-aged and miserable, we were frustrated. You know, you can be frustrated with your relationships, you can be frustrated with your job or whatever, and or a lot of people are just generally angry and frustrated at events that happened to them in their past, and just on the whole, just annoyed and frustrated that things just didn't turn out the way you imagined. And whatever makes people angry, there's a lot of people that don't even know why they're angry, but that's just the way people are a lot, and you can change it.
Yeah, life's too short for any of that. And you just touched on it. We all get frustrated with things because they didn't turn out as we imagined in our head.
Right.
You know, like people say, it wasn't supposed to be like this. But like what though? Like you imagined it in your head? Like when you think about that logically, why would it be as you imagined it in your head? You know, you're one of a population of 8.2 billion people. Why would all of the cogs of the world turn out exactly as you imagined it? You know, it's a funny thing that we do, and we get frustrated and angry about that. But then, you know, we don't have a lot of control over that. So why would it actually turn out as we imagined it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think the overarching message is life is just too short to be unhappy because of frustrations or because life didn't turn out as you plan. And in the end, enjoying this life experience is the only rational thing to do when you think about it.
Yeah. So let's just recap a little bit quickly, because we're going to get into something, the nitty gritty of this. You can basically achieve, as demonstrated, success in anything you want, should you put your mind to it, at any age you want. Obviously, Captain Sir Thomas More showed us that.
Yeah.
And you can just choose to be happy in this life by recognizing that it's not going to be just like you imagine at all, is it really? And again, catchphrase of the day, the time is now.
The time is now. Mm-hmm. For success, for happiness, the time is now.
So with that, what's going to inspire us and motivate us to make that change?
Okay.
I hate this exercise.
Yeah, this is horrible. So get ready, everybody. Okay, so time passes quickly, and as you get older, the years go faster, right? So if we're middle-aged and miserable, and anyone listening is middle-aged and miserable, then and you want success, happiness, and fulfillment, you've got to recognize that time is running out. And the way you can really hammer that home is think about the average man in the US. Right. The average man dies at 76 years old.
Statistically, right, yeah.
On average.
Right.
Hopefully we've all got many more years than that. Mm-hmm. On average, 76. Yeah. Women get it a little better and they die at 81, on average. So, Pat, think of your age and subtract your age from 76.
Okay, so gives me theoretically 21 years.
21. And if someone's listening, a woman, then you just got to subtract your age from 81.
Do some maths here.
So you got 21 years left on average. Mm-hmm. Hopefully you got a lot more. So 21 years is times 365 is 7,665 days you have.
Right.
If you times your 21 years by 52 weeks, you've got 1,092 weeks left.
I've got 1,000 weeks left.
You've got just under 1,100 weeks left.
You're making me feel great here, Chris. Thanks.
Okay, 21 times 12 is 252 months left.
252 months.
That's less than most people's mortgages. So, maybe people listening, they're younger, and they need to work out how long they've got left on average.
Yeah.
Have they got 35 years? Have they got 25 years? Let's say there's someone listening and they've got 29 years left.
29 years. Yeah. Just another way of putting it, you which is the part I don't really like. It's like 29 years, you said. So say, well, that's 29 Christmases.
Yeah.
That's 29 annual vacations. And I don't know, my family live in the UK and I'm here in the States, and I go back once a year. So assuming they live that long, that's, for me, 21 is the number. I'm going to see my parents 21 more times. And that's sobering.
Yeah.
It really is.
Totally different perspective on things, isn't it? So if you truly feel as though you need to make a change in your life in terms of success, happiness, or improving your relationships, this exercise says that you've got to do it now. You can choose to continue your current path and coast to the end of your life, or you can fulfill your potential, make an impact, and do the things that you were put here to do, affect other people's lives in a positive way.
So, we've got some examples of what people can do, really, haven't we?
Yeah, if you want to make a change, then what could that look like? You could look to finding your life purpose and working towards that. Thinking of that thing that you really feel compelled to do in life, and that group that you feel compelled to help. You could look to succeed in something, whatever that is, to build something, maybe something online or a group or something, and leave behind something. Yeah,
and an easy excuse that we all make is that, again, it's I'm too busy. I haven't got time to do anything else. My plate is already full, and we say that all the time about as an excuse for inaction, isn't it, really? But if you've only got 29 or 21 years left, in my case, I don't know, maybe I'll watch 1 hour of TV less to fit a bit more in, or I won't be quite so ready to pick up my phone and scroll through social media. There's plenty of things that we can cut out to maximize our time that we've got left.
Yeah, looking at it through the lens of you haven't got long left and you want to really leave a mark. Maybe you want to try helping others, sharing your knowledge, and just ask yourself, what do you know? What can you share with others so you can leave your mark? Because everybody's got a unique combination of experience and skills that is completely unique to them.
Yeah, I like that, the way you put it, because it's that let's dwell on that, the unique combination. Because we all think, well, I can't do anything. I don't know what to do. I don't have any skills. We've all got a unique set of experiences from life, and there's always something that we can do. Like we thought, we knew we wanted to do something years ago, and we tried a few things, and we found that, okay, we launched a few side business, one of them being in real estate, and we learned something, and we didn't know what we were doing. We had to read books and listen to podcasts, and we learned how to do it, and it worked. But along that journey, we're happy and fulfilled, and here we are now, trying to inspire people to do the same.
Yeah, it's helping others. I think, there's a big benefit to doing something where you're helping others. It can really give you fulfillment and purpose, which we believe is two antidotes to the middle-aged misery problem.
Yeah, we hit that on a different podcast as well that we did. There's kind of a common thread to all of the things that we're talking about here, and how to get out of being middle-aged and miserable by succeeding in something or attempting to succeed in something, leaving behind a legacy like Captain Tom did, helping people, helping an individual person, help a group, and that common thread is impact. We've all got an impact on this world.
Yeah, leave your mark when you leave this world. I mean, it's even more important now because time's running out. You've got no time to procrastinate. You've got no time to wait until it's the right time or wait until you have the time, because it probably won't ever happen. There's no time to make excuses, or there's no time to really escape into a world of doom scrolling on social media. You know,
we all managed to find the time to do that, but we shouldn't.
but it's just, this is your life and this is your legacy we're talking about. You know, the time to act is now.
Yeah.
So should we summarize a bit here then,
let's
Pat?
do it. Yeah.
So just because you're middle-aged and miserable, you're not dead yet.
Right.
It's never too late to create great success and impact, or to leave a life of happiness, fulfillment, and purpose. You know, you've got a unique set of skills, knowledge, and talent that you need to unleash on the world and fulfill your potential.
Yeah. I mean, time is running out, as we've demonstrated. Apparently, I've only got 21 years left.
I've got 23.
Yeah. Okay. So our message, I guess, today is just get out there, create something, go and help somebody, and make your mark on this world in your own unique way.
Yeah, and in case we haven't hammered it enough, the time to act is right now. All right, Pat, it's the after show.
Oh, yes.
Everybody's gone. We can say what we want again. A strange observation of being a Brit living in America.
Yes.
Driving is different.
We were going to get to this at some point, weren't we? Yeah.
You know, this is going to be different because we live in Washington State. So I think I'm right in saying the driving is very different here than in other places in America. So
California's different, and we're on the same coast. Really,
yeah, that's true.
But
New York's different.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk about our experience here.
In Washington State.
Yeah.
Particularly in Seattle.
Yeah. So first thing I noticed, and you tell me,
go on then.
Americans don't let people out of side roads, and we do in Britain and Europe in general. So if you're on a main road, and say there's a bit of traffic and you're going quite slowly because there's traffic lights coming up, and you're going very slow, you're creeping along, and then someone needs to come out of a side road.
Oh, I know what you mean.
They don't we becken people out in the UK.
Well, that was one of my first adjustments that I had to make, actually.
Yeah.
And even you don't have to be crawling along, because you could just see somebody waiting to come out. And in England, we would stop a little bit before. If we wanted to turn into that same road, we would want to let them out before us.
Yeah, even if there's no traffic and they're going along, they'll slow down to let someone out.
Yeah.
It's quite different.
Here, nobody lets anybody out.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a mean thing. I don't think people are trying to be mean. I just don't think it's on their radar that this person might want to.
I remember I used to do that. I used to stop or slow down and then leave a gap and then let the person come out. And then I would okay, they're not moving. And then I'll flash them and then I'll wave to them coming. And they don't know what to do with it.
Well, they're not expecting it. That's why.
No, I know.
Whereas in the UK, everyone's expecting it. And if you don't do it, it's kind of rude. That was an adjustment I made.
Yeah, that's a funny one. That. So now, do you let people out?
No,
I don't. I don't do that. You had to conform, don't you, really, to the way it works. No, I don't let. I'll just drive right around them, even if it's awkward.
Yeah,
because they don't know what to do.
Yeah. Another adjustment is Americans drive automatics. No one in Europe drives automatic. I think it's coming in more.
It's becoming more and more popular.
But back in the day, nobody. You could never. No. My dad wanted an automatic for years, couldn't even find one.
My kids can't drive a manual.
Yeah.
Because they learned to drive over here and they don't know how to drive a manual car. They don't know what the clutch is. Yeah,
whenever I go back, because I'm used to an automatic now. Whenever I go to the UK and I rent a car, I have to pay extra for an automatic because the default is manual.
Yeah. Did you ever...
Wait, they say stick. They don't even say manual. They say stick.
Stick shift, yeah. Did you ever, during the transition from manual or stick shift to an automatic, you're putting your foot on the clutch and you put your foot on the oversized brake and you actually slam on the brakes in the car? I've done that before.
Yeah.
Have you never done that?
Yeah.
That takes me by surprise anyway.
One more thing, one more strange observation.
Okay, go on.
Lane discipline is appalling in Washington State. So I don't know if this is the same everywhere in America, but people sit in the overtaking lane in Washington State doing 57 miles an hour. Yeah. And it's common. It's really common.
I think even my wife does it. And I'll tell her, no, you shouldn't do that. You should keep right. It says it.
There are signs that say keep right, except to pass.
Keep right. It's the law. Keep right, except to pass. Nobody does that.
Yeah, but even the cops don't enforce that law, do they?
You can't drive like that in Europe. You would be flashed and people would gesticulate.
Well, it's self-policing, isn't it? Yeah, we don't need the cops for that because you're going to have someone crawling all over you and telling you that you're doing something wrong.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
no,
right.
there is that. There's a few adjustments to make when you first come here. That's for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So those are the strange things, but there are some positive things. Like,
Oh, yeah.
in general, I don't know about New York and LA, but driving is much less aggressive here.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I listen to a book right now on Audible, and that's changed me anyway. But just generally, I go back to England and I'll drive with my brother. I think he's still got road rage, and the roads are like winding country roads, and he's flying around these corners. I'm thinking, God, he's like, are we in a hurry? No, we're not really in a hurry. People just get angry, and they've got road rage more over there, and they're more impatient.
Yeah. I'll tell you why they got road rage.
on then.
Because there's speed cameras everywhere. That's another great thing about America. It's rare to find speed cameras.
Everywhere.
They are everywhere in UK, and when there's a camera, sometimes it's hidden in a bush or a tree, but there'll be markings on the street, and so you know when there is one. But it got even worse lately because now they've got these average speed traps on the freeway, on the motorway, and you'll go over one of those cables in the road where it goes tick tick like that, and then they'll time you. So you can.
Oh no!
So it's over the course of several miles. So
you can't even cheat.
You have to prove that on average you were going below the speed
because
limit.
it tests your time in, time out. So it calculates
extra
your average
sneaky.
speed. Yeah, that's no good. That.
So for all the things
you know, it's another thing that's good.
What's that?
That needs to be a law in the UK as well. Here we can turn right on red lights.
Yeah, we need that.
That is brilliant.
Well, there it would be left on red, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but that's so. It keeps the traffic flowing. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. That needs to be changed. All right, so what did we say? Americans don't let people out, but nor do we now.
And they've got no lane discipline.
They've got no lane discipline,
Yeah.
but they're less aggressive, and they turn right on red, which in
turn
our
right
book
on red.
is a plus,
That is a
and everyone
plus.
should be doing it.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. If you like what you heard, please like and subscribe so you never miss another episode. Also, check out our social media content for more ways to avoid being middle-aged and miserable.